Hi, today on Catherine Learns Stuff, I'm going to walk you through how to make this cute spiral Christmas tree for your holiday decorations. So let's jump in. For my spinning Christmas tree, I'm actually going to do it in two different fashions. I'm going to use one with 12 by 12 cardstock that's got a Christmas theme on it, with one side with the design and the other side is white. And the other Christmas tree, I'm going to use red and green cardstock. I'm just using 8.5 by 11 that can be interchanged between layers. So I'm quickly going to put this through my Cricut and cut this up, and I'll meet you back at my workstation. So I'm quickly going to walk you through how to access the spiral Christmas tree file and how to use it in your Cricut design space. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to jump over to my website, catherinelearnstuff.com, and we want to jump over to my shop. In my shop, you can scroll through, and I think it's on page 2. We're going to look for my spiral Christmas tree file. There it is. And then you're simply going to add it into your cart and get that onto your computer. Once you get it onto your computer, what you're going to need to do is open Cricut Design Space and select the upload button. We're going to move over to our upload image, and then I'm just going to copy and drag my image over, and I'm going to continue. You can change the name, add optional tags, and save it into a collection if you would like, and then we're going to select upload. Now you'll notice when it comes into Cricut Design Space, it comes in very small. We don't want that. We want to make sure that we're going to change the size. So making sure that our lock is on, we're going to change the height to 10.5 inches. This is going to change the whole design to be a better size for us. And the next thing that we want to do is we want to select the ungroup button. Now each of these rectangles is its own individual piece because they're all different pieces that we're going to cut out. The one thing that we do need to do is each rectangle has cut lines in it, and we need to change those basic cut lines. So we just click shift and click on, hold shift down and click on the line buttons and change them from a basic cut to a score line. And then we need to select the whole grouping, so this whole rectangle here and the two score lines, and attach them. And then we need to repeat this for each of the rectangles so that our rectangles end up being rectangles with score lines instead of rectangles with slices through them, because if they have slices in them, that's not going to help us out at all. So we're going to continue this through the whole thing and cut them out. Once you've got them all set up, all you need to do is hit the make button and cut them off on your Cricut. So I'm going to finish this up and then I'll meet you over at my workstation. So I have all of the pieces for my Christmas tree cut out, and I've pre-scored them with my Cricut, so you can hopefully see the score lines in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold these in 3 on each one all the way through up until the top, so that we've got sort of an accordion look on each of these. Now we'll want one fold in and one fold out, so the one side is going to have a design and the other side will be white. So the second side to fold will be a little bit harder because the score line is on the opposite side, but we can work our way through that. Okay, there's one, and we're going to continue all the way through. Okay, so now all of my pieces are folded. Now what I've also done is I've cut out the same tree but in green and red, and I'm just doing this to demonstrate this cardstock is solid core and it's the same color on both sides, not like the patterned one that I used for the first tree. It's just to show you the different design possibilities, as well as to show you the difference that you're going to have having solid paper on both sides. So we're going to again just fold these up so that they're ready to be put into our dowels. Now that our tree has been folded, it's time to assemble our tree stand. So I'm just simply going to be using a wooden dowel that's 3/16 inches for each tree, but first I need to pull out my base that I can attach it to there as well. So a long time ago I cut up a 2x4 for some other projects that I've used, and I still have a few pieces left, but not very many. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the center here for this, simply by drawing a line here. actually going to use this side because that's going to kind of be hidden by my tree. So this is where I'm going to want to drill my 3/16 hole. I'll do the same thing on this one so that I've got a spot for the hole. Now my cut on these wasn't the greatest, but that's okay because this is going to be kind of hidden by my tree, and that's where I'm going to drill for my second hole. So I'm quickly just going to take this outside, drill my holes in, and then I'll be right back. So now that my holes have been drilled, I'm quickly just going to glue my dowel in here. Just going to use my glue gun. I'm quickly just going to glue my dowels into my bases here. I'm using these 4x4 bases that I have from another project, but if you've got round dowels, or if you've got round wooden pieces or anything that you would like to use instead, that's totally fine. I've put some links down below in the description of other things that you could use, but I'm quickly just going to glue this in. I'm going to push it all the way through to the very end so that it kind of has a good support on this. So I'm just going to glue this in and we'll keep moving. So now that our tree base is assembled, I just quickly want to go over two different ways that you can put the paper to this tree together. So I've got them arranged in two different formats, and these papers are all actually cut out the same size. So the pattern one and the color one is the same size, except this one here it's folded so that the top fold is up, then down, and then down, then up, then down, then up. So it makes the tree appear taller. On this other one here, what I've done is I've actually aligned the short edges, so it's always down, up, down, up, down, up on each piece of paper. So they're going to be overlapping like this when they are together, giving the tree a smaller profile overall. But and here what I've done is I've got them opposite of each other so that it forces the tree to be a little bit higher. Now the option is yours which way you'd like to do this. I'll show you both on the tree so that you can kind of see what it looks like. So first we're going to assemble this tree. It's just going to go on pretty much just like this. And you're just going to go one piece at a time through the holes. So as I mentioned before, the holes are big enough so that the dowel fits through, even though they're not totally centered when it's folded like this. I'm just going to pull this all down. Okay. So now this tree is assembled. I'm going to quickly jump over to the other tree with the other design, and then we'll jump over two different camera angles so I can show you how this is supposed to look. Now again, this tree is going in the opposite direction, so they're going to be not matching ends will be meeting, so it's not going to be in the same order. It's just going to make the tree taller overall. Okay, so now here's our second tree. Now if I just put the two trees together, you'll notice one is much taller than the other, but the paper size is the same. So I'm just going to switch camera angles here, and then we are going to take a look at these trees. Okay, so we've got the two trees like this, and the idea is that we rotate the branches so that the tree spins a little bit. Bear with me, sort of like so. And the same thing with this one. So you'll notice with the back side of this one here, it's all white, but this one, it's all colorful. So that's the only difference that you have between the two trees. And so what we're going to do is whichever tree you like the best, you're just going to snip off the top here, and then we're going to add a little star at the top if we'd like, and our Christmas trees are done. And there you have it. We've successfully completed our spiral Christmas tree. I hope you've enjoyed this project as much as I have. Be sure to let me know in the comments below how it turned out for you. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Happy crafting!